Begin with KCRA 3's Michelle Bandor in Esparto, where people are just waiting to get any word about their loved ones.
Yeah, that's right, Lisa. You know, right now the explosion site is being called a crime scene, and that's why authorities are keeping us here. We're about a mile away from that fireworks facility. So from this vantage point, we can't really show you any of that damage, any of that destruction from the ground or what fire crews are doing right now. Every once in a while, though, we do see some black smoke billowing up on the horizon where that warehouse is. Now, as you said, the other side of this is the missing 7 people. I've talked with some of the families who showed up here today. They are angry, confused, and want rescuers to start the search for their loved ones.
The people who were stuck in the warehouse, that should have been the first piece of information that you have released, not about the people who were evacuated. The people who were evacuated are safe. The people who were evacuated are okay. The people in there are possibly dead, have no life, and guess what? Their families have yet to know any information.
The families of 3 of the men missing after the fireworks warehouse explosion demand answers from fire officials. Leaders with CAL FIRE and the Esparto Fire Protection District say it's just too dangerous to send in crews to fight the fire, let alone look for the 7 missing people.
I really understand your frustration, and I'm sorry that we can't give you all of the information you want. I really mean that. We don't want to have to stand up here and not give you the information that you want. And I just wanted to give you that because I felt you deserved that.
Ciana Ruiz says her 18-year-old boyfriend, Jesus Meneses Ramos, and his 2 brothers are on the missing list. The men's parents also showed up at the CHP roadblock to find any information. They haven't heard from the men since Tuesday afternoon.
I keep looking down there to see if, hopefully you see somebody walking, some kind of warning. I don't know. I'm stuck right now.
Esparto's fire chief says they're trying to come up with a plan on when they can get into the site.
And we don't have a definitive answer. We are going to work together with our partners in the lead agency that's doing the investigation on this to determine when the site is safe to get that close to the incident.
Keep your prayers for Jesus Meneses Ramos, Johnny Ramos, and Junior Menendez. Please, you guys, just keep prayers right now. That's all I ask.
Yeah, you can just feel the emotions from Ruiz as the rest of the other family members. Ruiz tells me that her boyfriend and one of her brothers actually started work at that fireworks warehouse just yesterday. She also tells me that they're from the Bay Area, and she says she is also expecting their child. So those 2 people who were injured, the fire chief told us they are not firefighters. We don't know if they were employees or other people in the area. And as for the investigation, CAL FIRE says they can't get their arson and bomb unit into the site until they know it's safe to do so. And that's when they say they can start this investigation into why this happened. Lisa, Curtis.
Well, we know we had quite a number of explosives there. All of them appear to have detonated at this point, but when you have that many explosives stored in a facility, you'd imagine that there were some sort of inspections that took place. What do you know about these inspections?
Yeah, we asked that of the fire chief, and he said, they know the facility is here, that they have conducted safety checks at the facility, but he says he didn't have the records on him, so he didn't know the last time that they were in there to do a safety check, and didn't know if they actually passed that safety check, but that's only because he said he didn't have the records in front of him. And Curtis, I also asked, how many explosives, how many commercial fireworks are in this facility, and they're trying to get that information. They didn't know how much they're actually dealing with here. They did say, though, that it is licensed. It does have a license for the next year or so.
Yeah, you would think that they would know how much is there if they've done inspections there. So, all right, Michelle Bandor, thanks for the live report and for being there all day for us. Here